Yo, it's been a funny day. Goddamn Shannon Sharp gets a 50 million. Shannon Sharp get a $50 million lawsuit. You know what I'm saying? Because he in the OnlyFans, you know. Hey, nigga, you a 3-time. Why you in the OnlyFans? And then he tried to settle for $10 million. 50 million a little too steep because these motherfuckers really don't got the money they make you think they got. So he tried to settle for 10 million. He got the 50 now. But it's still too steep. He ain't trying to give up 50. He ain't no billionaire. If he was a billionaire, he would have gave up 50. 50 million is nothing for a billionaire. If you're a billionaire, you already got shit in place, residual income. So it's nothing. You know what I'm saying? Why you think, Diddy was able to settle that quick? Like, oh, whatever she asked for, he gave. Because he had it. He's the Fed. So Federal Reserve, Feds, Federal Reserve. Okay? So that's one funny thing. And then you got Kevin Gates talk about Savannah. And what people don't understand concerning what Kevin Gates said, like, ain't no party like a Diddy party. So when Kevin Gates says what he says about Savannah, understand, like, this is some shit where he's telling you subliminally. This is like how you got to start reading in between the lines. I don't like how Savannah looks at LeBron, but I like how those white women look at LeBron. Why do you think they look at him like that? Why do you think Savannah looks at him like that? And Savannah, she got to eat it because she agreed to the contract. Now, she might not didn't know that what was included in the contract was her being put to the back burner for these beige folk. She probably didn't understand that when she signed the contract. But she signed that bitch. So now she got to eat it. That's why she can only look at him like that. She can't leave. Well, she can leave, but do she want to leave? Because the thing is, she might actually love the nigga. She had 2 nappy-headed, funny-looking boys from the nigga. So, like, when you go through that as a female about a raggedy-ass nigga, whether he a man or not, whether he doing what he's supposed to do or not, it's still a connection you gonna have. It's still a hope. It's still a hope. Can we get back to the way we were for our children? But no, it ain't none of that, Savannah, after you done signed that contract. Now you got weird-ass motherfuckers like Kevin Gates talk about something. I don't like the way you be looking at the nigga. But the crazy thing is, with Kevin Gates is like, nigga, it's like I could take this as a teaching moment, but at the same time recognize, like, damn, Kevin, why is you watching her watch this nigga? It's almost like you watching both of them. So Kevin Gates just in the whole comment, he make it weird, but then there's some other shit behind that shit where he's also letting you know LeBron be out here fucking with these babe folk. LeBron don't like copper tone women. He fuck with them beige folk more than he fuck with his own wife. That's what Kevin Gates is saying. He fuck with them beige folk more than he fuck with his own wife. But it's part of the celebrity. Like, if you this color and you sign these contracts, with Hollywood. And the thing is, with the NBA contracts, you see, for motherfuckers like LeBron, Melo, a AI, a Kobe. See, these contracts get different. They hate on AI. Why? Because he ain't signing the contract that LeBron signed. Kobe ain't signing the contract that LeBron signed. You know, really, none of them really signed the contract that LeBron signed. Except for Magic Johnson. And then Larry Bird. But then, you know, they not going to do Larry Bird like they do Magic Johnson and LeBron. Why you think Magic Johnson had to eat that I got AIDS shit? You know? And then you got LeBron right here. LeBron got to eat that Diddy Party shit. These contracts are different because they know who they can own for real. Like, and it's clear as day if you understand the system. Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, they was ahead of them in high school. Way back then. People be like, oh, LeBron is the first one. Like, no. They was way back then. In high school, they was on Larry Bird and Magic. All the way through college. And into the NBA. So no, LeBron isn't the only one that had this, oh, he's the only one that had this weight on his shoulder. That's bullshit. No, he's not. Bird and Magic had it too. They didn't see MJ coming. You know, that's why MJ wasn't like Bird and Magic. They weren't no MJ in high school. You know, when he got to college, it was just about, oh, he's athletic. But they wasn't expecting MJ to come into the league and be what the fuck he was. You know, that's why when he first hit the scene with 28 a game as a rook, then now they trying to get. See, but with Bird, Magic, and then after them, you got LeBron. It was a whole totally different publicity. It's a whole totally different contract because of that publicity. Savannah ain't know. She ain't know. She just thinking we gonna be good. Man, Savannah, you gonna have to take a back seat to them beige folk. And not just the motherfuckers he doing business with. Them beige folk daughters. And you know what? That motherfucker ain't gonna stand up for you. He can't. How can he stand up for you in the system that strategically, systematically, purposely degrades the copper tone woman, even though you done had them nappy-headed jits from his ass. Kevin Gates like, goddamn motherfucker, why you looking at him like that? You know why she looking at him like that with that blonde. Baby, I got blonde hair too. You don't pay me no attention. But look at how them beige folk look at him, no. Yeah. You know, and what kills me is what people say when they defend the guy. It's crazy. Like, shit be wild how these bisexuals defend his ass. And it's like, listen, this is your wife. And yes, that shit Kevin Gates said, that shit was negative. That shit was pointing, it may not have been something that was like a direct disrespect to her, but this was direct disrespect to your marriage. This is challenging the element of your marriage. which becomes disrespect to her, even though it's not directly, which disrespect to her and disrespect to you, nigga. Stephen A, he doing his job, critiquing your jit, because y'all keep bringing him up to the NBA. It's like, yeah, he'll be down there doing good with these other niggas, but then y'all could be fabricating that because y'all always putting the ball in his hands. But then you want to bring him up to the big leagues, out that other shit, and then you put him in the game, the motherfucker shooting bricks like his daddy did when he first came into the league. And he actually got a better looking jump shot. But I already know what that is because I'm a shooter. I can teach that shit. So I know Bronny got decent mechanics on his shot. What he don't got is this. That's what he don't got. That's why a motherfucker could clown his ass and be like he trash. It ain't got nothing to do with skills. Skills don't matter if this is fucked up. Yes, I've been seen plenty motherfuckers with skills play like trash. Pick them up on your team. Motherfuckers go into a goddamn shell. An invisible shell they go into. Like, nigga, you be trying to go at me one-on-one. I may still beat your ass, but then I pick you up on my team and trash bag you. That's what Bronny is. Bronny that motherfucker, and the thing is, one-on-one is part of the game. But that's what Bronny is. One-on-one, it probably be a difficult, because it's a different, but when you got to get on there from all this and all that, and be what your daddy was, he trashed because you know what? His daddy didn't take care of him to make sure he was up to par. But then want to force him into the league. So this is the lame shit. And then you take that situation and motherfuckers would be like, oh, LeBron is a good father. Oh, LeBron is a good husband. Oh, he's a stand-up guy. But he'll let a Kevin Gates attack his wife in the element of his marriage. But he'll step to Stephen A. Smith, who's a corporate guy. He'll step to Stephen A. Smith, who's a corporate guy. And me like, yo, man, that couldn't have been me. That couldn't have been me. Not with my Rochester 585 roots and my pops out of Baton Rouge. That couldn't have been me, nigga. LeBron getting slapped. We fighting. And the thing is, I'm gonna take all that for beating LeBron ass, because he gonna flop. He gonna flop and play for the cameras and do the lawsuit. And you know what? I'm gonna break your fucking nose. I'm gonna bust your fucking lip while you flopping, you big ass 6'9" lame ass bitch. Nigga. Just because you 6'9" don't mean you know how to fight, nigga. And I can tell by the character of a motherfucker. A character like LeBron, he just big. He play basketball. That nigga really don't want to fight. That nigga can't fight. Plain and simple. That's why he ain't come at Kevin Gates, because Kevin Gates weird ass out of fucking Baton Rouge. No matter how weird that nigga is, he's still out of Baton Rouge. And if you ain't familiar, see, I'm familiar. I got roots there. So I'm familiar with that shit. I got roots out of Baton Rouge. That nigga seen Kevin Gates over there. He ain't gonna go over there like he did with Stephen A. Because he ain't bout that for real. Stephen A. from New York. But even Stephen A. said the only reason Stephen A. ain't do because he has to be corporate. He don't want to fuck up his money. And he probably still would have got his ass beat, but I don't think he would have. I think he kind of selling himself short because I don't think LeBron big ass can fight. At least Stephen A, you be in there, you know, you be doing your little boxing shit, you know what I'm saying? You might really, you know, take that nigga up through there. And you know, Stephen A, you know, you ain't no little nigga, you know, you like 6'3", 6'4". He's 6'9". Yeah, that's a big motherfucker. That don't mean he know how to move when it's time to really put that goddamn setup. Size don't matter. But what are we fighting for? You saying you willing to fight for your jit when Stephen A just doing his job out your jit. He trash. Period. Don't mean he can't get better. Yeah, he can get better. If you start being a real fucking father. But he trash. So, you willing to step to Stephen A because you feel like, oh, I can bully him. That's what it is, huh? He's the big bully. You motherfuckers see, that's why LeBron is the popo. LeBron is the popo. And all these people worshiping him. He's the king. Y'all like the popo. That what y'all like? Y'all like the popo? You know what I'm saying? That weird ass Kevin Gates come sit down in the front row after putting y'all marriage on blast. And you don't even say shit to protect your marriage, nigga. Because first of all, who are you to even say anything about my wife, whether it's the way she look at me and like, bro, we don't even hang with you. But this is the pussy that LeBron is. You know what I'm saying? Shit, Michael Jordan, he like them beige women too. But you ain't never heard nobody come and say nothing sideways about his wife, his ex-wife. You know why? Because they respected Jordan. Why? Because when they seen Jordan on that court, it was like, shit, I don't know if Jordan could fight. But I tell you what, when you seen this nigga on that court, man, Jordan looked like he would bust your ass. I mean, but it's still basketball. But what I'm saying, you didn't see no back down from that guy. You ain't see it. There's something he established when it came to his character, when it came to how he presented himself as a man, despite what he did concerning his household. Yes, he did wrong by his fucking wife. Yes, he did. But you can't tell me that if somebody said the shit that LeBron said, that Kevin Gates said about Jordan's wife during the time that man wouldn't have addressed that shit. But the thing is, it's not gonna happen because he got the respect. See, don't nobody respect LeBron bitch ass. Them motherfuckers ain't worried about LeBron 6'9", 260 bitch ass. That's why Kevin Gates went in and said the shit. He ain't worried about LeBron doing shit. What that nigga gonna do? That nigga at the Diddy party. Bending over. What is he gonna do? He's been sodomized. And when you've been sodomized, you've been feminized. That's why the motherfucker's so emotional. If you've been feminized as a male, how can you respect your wife? Because now, just her in her original element as a woman is more masculine than you. But you know, I had to get away here real quick. Stayed a little longer than what I planned. But this is some funny shit. And I really hope that people are paying attention. But, you know, that hope is kind of, you know, because I see the shit, you know, motherfuckers ain't really paying attention. You know, they still trying to defend the nigga. They still trying to defend the nigga. Then he do lame shit over and over and over. He still trying to defend him, you know. They did the same thing with Jay-Z. Do the same thing, well, and with Biggie, but Biggie dead. Biggie is done. You can't even defend that nigga no more. He got lyrics out there just throwing kids off the building and fucking them in the, like, come on, bro. He said this with his own mouth. So Biggie is dead. Anybody that play any Biggie shit right now is suspect. And anybody that was a Biggie fan repeating lyrics, hey, listen. I hope you ain't repeat those lyrics. I hope when you was in the club and they was bumping that Biggie, I hope when it got to those parts, you shut the fuck up. And then when it got to a good part, you came back in. I hope. You know? But you never know when that alcohol in your system. You listen to these damn artists and shit like that. You know, you got the alcohol in your system and they fucking with the frequencies and shit. You know, you just caught up in the moment. Saying all the fucked up shit this nigga's saying. Don't even realize he's saying it. You don't even realize you're repeating it. Because you just so caught up in, oh, Biggie, he's a great rapper. And it's just like with this basketball shit with LeBron. You just so caught up in, oh, LeBron, he just does everything on the court. And a motherfucker like me, who really know the game, and looking at LeBron, like the motherfucker is 6'9". He's a 6'9", 260 guard, bruh. He's a 6'9", 260 point guard. How are you making it like he's doing anything outside of what he's supposed to do, being that fucking big at the fucking guard position? But then when it comes to the guard position, oh, you're a fucked up free throw shooter. You're inconsistent with your shooting. Your ball handling skills bag is slack. Because you want to make yourself a forward when you're really a guard. But why do you want to make yourself a forward? Because when it comes to these conversations, hey, you ain't better than Magic, nigga. You ain't better than MJ. You ain't better than Kobe. You ain't better than AI. You ain't better than Chris Paul. You ain't better than, man, listen, and people, Pistol Pete Maravich, nigga. You ain't better than Melo. Melo wasn't a guard. Melo just had guard skills. You weren't better than Melo as a forward. Every time you played Melo, he bust your ass, bruh. Every fucking time. Bust your ass. You know, but they get caught up in the aura of LeBron. Oh. But then when all this ill shit come out, you want to defend the nigga. Ain't no party like a Diddy party. Listen. Protect your children. Don't bring your children around niggas like LeBron that has been to Diddy parties. In Savannah, come over here to prime time. where you'll be protected and respected, and you ain't got to wear no blind wig to compete with the beige folk. Because the time I raised up here, you know what we said about them blinds? You know what them blinds were? And I ain't saying that, you know, it ain't no blind women, no blind beige women. That ain't solid. Solid. But what I'm saying is, it wasn't many of them. So when, and this is, I got this, like when it comes to all the copper tone females and they be putting in that blonde shit, you know, I don't necessarily go in about it because I already know, like, oh, you know, all the, I'm just saying, I come from a time to where Becky with, Megan with the blonde hair, Sarah with the blonde hair. They was only good for the slap on my knob, the corner, the car, check it with me, and do your job, just give me. I'm sorry you got to go through this, Savannah, but you signed a contract with them. Bring your ass over here to prime time, baby. We'll take care of you. Take that blonde wig off. Fuck that nigga.